everyone, I am Manisha, faculty of MBA department from Tecnia Institute of Advanced Studies. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on the topic difference between entrepreneur and administrator. An entrepreneur starts and builds a business enterprise. He is the leader of the company, the chief executive officer. Whereas an administrator is someone who manages a department, division or functional area within an organization. His job is to perform the task assigned to him as efficiently as possible and to meet all the deadlines. An entrepreneur must have administrative abilities in the sense of being able to complete tasks efficiently, but an administrator does not have to possess the qualities associated with being an entrepreneur in order to succeed in his job. Today we will discuss some points which differentiate between the administrator and an entrepreneur. Let's have some highlights. The first point which makes a difference between both the term is acceptance of risk. An entrepreneur launching a business venture accepts the reality that the company may not succeed and he may lose the money he invested in it. In the company's early stage, it may not have the cash flow to allow the owner to pay himself any compensation. So, he and his family have to live on savings. An administrator within a corporation is not an owner of the company, so its potential failure only affect him to the extent that he may lose his job. The second point is independence versus team player. An entrepreneur is often motivated by the desire to be his own boss and may not have to answer to anyone but himself. The freedom of being able to make all the key decisions about how to operate the company, whereas an administrator has too narrow a scope of authority, confined to his functional area. He works as a part of a team and accepts direction from those above him in the organization. The third point is generalist versus specialist. An entrepreneur has a better chance of success if he has an understanding of and competency with all of the financial area of his business, including marketing, finance, production and personnel. In areas where he is weak, he has to make the effort to acquire knowledge and build his skill to prevent his lack of knowledge from negatively impacting the business. An administrator can be even more narrowly focused, but for instance, a controller within a large company does not necessarily need extensive knowledge about advertising strategies. The fourth point which creates the difference between both the terms is structured work life versus unstructured. An administrator works in an environment with detailed policies and procedure in the place. He knows what is expected of him and the other members of the organization. An entrepreneur often starts with no written policies in place. He must develop these as the company grows. An administrator might view this as a chaotic environment. The entrepreneur enjoys the opportunity to start with a blank slate. The fifth point is creative orientation versus detail orientation. An entrepreneur must have a vision of how he wants to build the company. Administrator is not charged with creating the vision for the enterprise. He carries out a plan of the vision set by the company's top management. His job is to efficiently carry out the myriad tasks required to make the vision a reality. The next point of difference is satisfaction. An entrepreneur seeks the feeling of accomplishment that comes from building something from the startup stage. Even if the entrepreneur has a solid team around him, to a large extent he can view the company's achievement as his own. An administrator gets satisfaction from the success of the group, the company as a whole and his business of the success. The last but not the least point which creates a difference between both the designation is status. An administrator's sense of status comes from such things as an expanded job title, being given increased responsibilities or receiving a bonus based on superior performance. An entrepreneur's status comes from being part of all select class called business owners. As the company grows and gains recognition in the market, the entrepreneur status gives as well. So, I hope you understand the topic, that is difference between administrator and entrepreneur. Thank you very much.